Hey everybody, welcome to the Connection Corner. I'm Barb Nangle, the Community Manager from Known and your host today. And I'm really excited today to have two of the Knownnpreneurs from the most recent cohort, Kim Weston and Aaron Rogers. And in a minute, I'm going to introduce them and they're going to share about their businesses. But before they do that, I want to share a little bit about Known. It's a dynamic co-working community to connect entrepreneurs across their fields of expertise, endeavors, and experiences. We started as just a plain old co-working place in downtown New Haven, and we've expanded into becoming a multifaceted entrepreneur support organization. As a reminder, Known Co-working has hourly, daily, and monthly plans for dedicated desks and office spaces, as well as for coworkers and flex desks. We also have conference rooms and Zoom rooms available for rent. And if you'd like to know more about the space, go ahead and send me an email. I'm at barb@knowncoworking.com. You can also check us out on our website, nhvknown.com, or you can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram and DM us there. We're at Known Co-working. One of the ways we support entrepreneurs is through our virtual programs. We've got this one, the Connection Corner, and also Digital Media Sync. You can watch replays of all of our episodes for free on our website. We have well over 100 episodes. Digital Media Sync is your window to the digital world. It's hosted by Julia Gambale. She's the social media maven of Agents of Branding. And right now, she also happens to be the entrepreneur in residence at the New Haven Free Public Library through the end of this month. She's been doing that. I think this is her 8th month. This show, The Connection Corner, is a place for entrepreneurs, creators, thinkers, and innovators to share their businesses or to share how they support the ecosystem of entrepreneurship in the New Haven area. If you or anyone you know would like to be on either one of these shows, go ahead and send me an email. Again, it's barb@knowncoworking.com. Our purpose in the physical and virtual space is to make connections between people. We're here to help you get connected, inspired, and known. And speaking of getting known, I host virtual networking every Monday for Known from 4 to 5 p.m. You can find the link on our website under events. And I also now host weekly in-person networking at Known every Friday from 3 to 5. It's basically like a happy hour. It's for professionals and entrepreneurs. We're at 139 Orange Street on the 4th floor, and I'd love it if you would join me at either or both of these events. My job as the community manager here at Known is to make connections between people, to help them find the resources, organizations, and people that they want and need to meet. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Kim Weston. She's the first of the two Knownnpreneurs that's joining us today. Welcome, Kim.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to step off the screen and have folks listen to you talk about Wabi Gallery, and I'll be back in a few minutes to join you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Wabi Gallery is committed to diversity, inclusion, art education, and sustainability. One of the things that brought me to doing this was my parents left me an inheritance, and I purchased a building downtown New Haven, a space that will allow me to create a safe space for people to come and do their artwork, have a shared space where they can create their business platform. I'll have 5 shared spaces there where they can, co-working spaces there where they can create what they want to do, but be around other creative people. There'll be a gallery space for people to come and exhibit their work from New Haven, people from New York. It'll be a mixed bag. A lot of the arts organizations in New Haven are nonprofit. Wabi Gallery is a for-profit business. So this will be a platform where artists will be able to sell their artwork, get their artwork out there, but also a place where the community can come and learn about investing into art and supporting the artists. And the artists will have an opportunity to learn how to support themselves. And so Wabi Gallery is not just your typical gallery that's made to just sell artwork to collectors, but to also train and teach artists how to get their artwork out there to regular people, let alone just collectors. So we are a community-based gallery that has educational programs for young people, for people who want to know more about photography, painting, drawing. We have a mentorship program, one that has just finished up called Focus Fellowship. We have an art exhibition that's coming up currently at the Lotta Studios. So we're really excited about that. Focus Fellowship was a teen program that allowed teenagers to come and learn photography. They get a portfolio. When they leave, they can go work for someone, they can work for themselves, or they can use that portfolio to further their education. So these are the type of programs that we have in have started out with without a space. So we're still raising funds to get the space um, um, ready, up and ready to go. We're working on a loan right now to get that renovation going. We're working on funding. And so the goal was to get us up and running in October. We're still working on that. I'm still hopeful of this year. So we'll see what happens, but I'm making lots of connections right now with lots of the arts organizations here in New Haven and with other artists in New Haven. So one of the things that I believe is that we are all working from the same school system, and we are all working with the same database of people. And so we should work together as one large community. And so I'm working with arts, creative arts workshop. I'm working with and talking to arts and ideas. I'm talking to the people over at Art Space, and I'm talking to the Honeybee Project. I'm talking to the city and arts and tourism and the cultural affairs. I'm talking to Arts Council and the Community Foundation. I'm talking to all of these people, and they're all working with me at Wabi Arts and Wabi Gallery to help build and collect these ideas and get them moving. Um, there's a lot of people behind Wabi Gallery. There's a lot of young people behind Wabi Gallery. There's a lot of people in the community that believe in what I'm doing. And so we've started with classes online already. We've started with this programming. We have art exhibitions that are going up, and we're in the beginning stages, but we're moving, and we plan on to continue to move and grow. So if you would like to support us, Arts Council is our fiscal sponsor, and you can donate by going to wabi.gallery. That's WABI.gallery. And thank you so much.
Thanks, Kim. That was wonderful. There are a couple things I've heard you say and talking about Wabi Gallery in other times and places that I don't believe you said here. One is the name, and two is that you're really looking to appeal to a really diverse audience and you want it to not be the same as other galleries. You want to say
Yeah,
something about both of those things?
yeah. So the name in terms of
Wabi Gallery.
So wabi actually means sea. It's an Algonquin word that the native community here spoke in New Haven. So the Quinnipiac people was the tribe that occupied the land here. And with my native ancestry, I wanted to pay homage to the native people that were here. So what better way than to name a gallery or arts organization after the native people, indigenous people here? But C is such an important word in the arts. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we see every day with our eyes, but oftentimes we don't stop to really look at the beauty around us. And artists take it for granted that that's what we do. And
Hmm.
so we have the fortunate opportunity to be able to present that to the people and
Hmm.
to people that enjoy the visual arts.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then do you want to talk about the diverse nature of the folks that you expect to be in the gallery, represented in the gallery, hanging out in the gallery?
Yeah, so one of the things that I've found about going to a lot of the galleries is that people are so uncomfortable. And when they walk in, they're shushed, they're told not to touch, and for all the reasons that galleries and museums have been set up for. And I understand those reasons. But I don't want Wabi Gallery to be that place. I want Wabi Gallery to be a place where you can walk in and it feels like home, or you feel like you're a part of it, that you are walking into a communal space where you can turn around and there's someone who you may not know their culture or you may not know their background, but you're willing to share and be open to. So there's a young person there or a person that's younger than you, and you can learn something from that person, or a person that identifies as he and they, or a person that identifies as uh, Native American, but they may look like me, or a person that's Asian, and or a person that's Black. I want it to be a serious multicultural place,
Mm-hmm.
and a place that has a young person might have an older person, and the two of them are working together, where the older person is giving that younger person advice, and that younger person is showing that older person a new app on their phone and how to use it, and the two of them are laughing together.
Yeah,
That's the type of space that I want it to be.
love
You
it.
know, yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to take you off the air for just a couple moments, and we're going to bring Erin back on. I hope you're ready, Erin, because all right, there we go. Hi, Erin. So I'm
Good
going to turn
afternoon.
things over to you and have you tell folks about the Breed Academy, and then I'll be back to join you in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you. Excuse my surroundings. I'm on a business trip. My name is Aaron Rogers. I'm the co-founder of the Breed Academy. The Breed Academy is a music and arts training and workforce program out of New Haven, Connecticut. Um, the main reason me and my partner Rashad started the academy is because coming from New Haven, there was a big lack of resources for the arts community and the Black and Brown community. Uh, our biggest thing is that we want to teach students not only the art, we not only want to teach uh, people about the art of music, but the business as well. Being that me and Richard are multi-platinum Grammy nominated producers, so we understand both facets of not only the art but the business. So entrepreneurship is really, really big for us. We also do in-school partnerships with, which means we bring our curriculums to schools around the city and state, as well as we have our own program that we do weekly in the evenings. This year, we were blessed enough to be able to assist two students into getting to college, full rides into music programs, as well as birthing two platinum producers as well. We're very focused and we're really passionate about um, making and creating resources for the artists in the city because we understand that where there's no resources, then the community will lack. And we believe that, these resources need to be in the city so people can stay in the city and continue to thrive, instead of leaving and going to Atlanta, New York, LA, and all these other places because New Haven is a great place. And we believe that there's some great, great, great artists here that just need resources. Barb, I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
That was because I'm muted because I was
Oh,
coughing.
okay.
I was coughing before. I apologize. Thank you for letting me know. So, of
No
course, I
problem.
have questions. So, one is that you mentioned that you're in schools. Is it like all New Haven public schools, or is it just a couple schools, and which ones?
Yes, we're not in all public schools as of yet. We've worked with Capital Prep in Bridgeport,
Okay.
Housatonic Community College,
Oh,
as well
good.
as Gateway Community College.
Okay.
Right now, we're working with Q House Community Center, and we're
Okay.
also in communication with Hill House. high school to start
Oh,
working there as well. But our goal is to be in every school in New Haven.
that's fantastic. So I don't know if you know about the connection between Hill House and Known, but the fourth floor of Known, the main floor of Known, was when it was the Young Men's Institute, was the home of Hill House High School, which was the very first high school
Oh
in the
wow,
state of Connecticut.
never knew that.
So isn't that a cool connection?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
absolutely. Yeah. So, and I also don't know if you know this, but I used to be a program coordinator for urban education programs when I worked at Yale for 20 years. So in Bridgeport, Hartford, and New Haven. So the high schools and especially programs like yours have a dear and near place in my heart because especially in urban districts, kids don't get to do fun stuff in school.
Absolutely.
Like we know that kids are attracted to the business that you're talking about, but then they're like, how do I, like, how do I do this? And so I love that
Right.
you not only are you doing it, but you're like, let me like pull these people up behind me and teach them how to do it. So a couple other questions from that. So let's say there's a teacher watching this and they're like, oh my God, we need that program in my school. Did they just connect with you on Instagram here the way that we're shown? Okay.
Yes, they can connect on Instagram or our site, our website, and they can email us from the website and we'll be in contact with them and we can figure out how we can either get our curriculum
Okay.
to them or
Okay.
we can actually put someone in the school to make the curriculum, work.
Okay. And are there other partners besides schools that you would love to connect with?
Honestly, we'd love to connect with anybody that really wants to create a platform for artists to either go into further education in music and arts or into co-work. Excuse me, into workforce. We really want to help people get into actual careers because a lot of the times people don't really see how careers are built in the music world because they look at it
Mhm.
as an activity more so than an actual career, which is a
Right.
very lucrative career. And I
Right.
think people
Right.
just need the education to see
Right.
why and how it could turn
Yeah.
into that.
Okay, fantastic. So, in other words, if somebody's in the music industry, you would love to connect with them so you could create like a pipeline for your
Hundred
students.
percent, 100%.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is bring Kim back on with us. All right. And now I want to shift gears a little bit. Instead of talking about your specific businesses, I want to talk about the KNOWNpreneurs program, which, for those people watching, in case you don't know, KNOWNpreneurs is a BIPOC business accelerator program. And also, we just got some super good news yesterday, which is that we got 5 more years of funding from the state.
Beautiful.
And I don't want to get the acronym wrong from wherever we got it from. So I'm not going to say who it is, and we're really excited about that. But so far, we've had 3 cohorts of KNOWNpreneurs, and Kim and Aaron are from the third cohort. They just graduated, I think, 2 weeks ago today, actually, right? Yeah, so they just graduated. So now we have 35 KNOWNpreneurs in our alumni, in our ecosystem, and we're going to have a lot more, and we're really excited about it. And one of the really cool things that happened before we went on the air is they were talking about how they could collaborate, which I was like, oh my God, you're like it's like angels singing to me. Like that's my thing, because my thing is to connect people. So when I can watch people right before my very eyes making connections. So they're going to do something about art and music and photography in the music industry or something. I'm not sure what that is. But in any case, what I want to talk about with you guys is one, what was it like for you to be in the KNOWNpreneurs program? And maybe like what was your biggest takeaway from the program? And whoever wants to go first can go first.
Go ahead, Kim.
My biggest takeaway was how detail oriented each class was. Each class was vital to your business. Like you needed to have that information. There was nothing boring about each class. Like
Mhm.
it was something that you had to touch base with for your business. That was the most important thing. Like there was something for your marketing and your branding, and there was something that touched with the legal aspect of your business, or the taxes of your business, or how to reach for government bids. And there was just something for every aspect of running your business.
Awesome. How about you, Aaron?
Um, the greatest thing about Knowpreneurs for me was the fact that I was in a school setting, almost like, like a lecture setting, and really learning, because as an entrepreneur, that's a person that's been an entrepreneur for his whole life. I've never really had any further education other than high school. After high school, I just went right
Okay.
into, workforce and really trying to figure out my career. So for once in my life, I was actually learning, and it was great. And for me, I was always kind of intimidated by, school and lectures and things, because I didn't know how I would receive it. But it really inspired me to really, want to dig in more into further education as an entrepreneur, which
Mhm.
some people don't think is, also, always necessary. But I'm
Mhm.
really inspired to really go into some, some deeper
Mhm.
education because of
Yeah.
knownpreneurs.
Yeah, I love that. I think so. I've been around the entrepreneur ecosystem in the New Haven area for probably about 4 years now, and I think, and I have my fingers in a bunch of different places, and it seems to me that one thing that all entrepreneurs have in common is that their education constantly continues, but it's not usually formal, like going to college or sitting in a classroom.
Right.
It's things like accelerators and incubators, like we're talking about, or workshops, or retreats that they go on, or they work in co-working spaces and
Hmm.
go to that kind of thing. So I love that. I think I'm a huge fan of, like, I'm a very thirsty for knowledge kind of person, a very curious
Right.
person. So I'm always like growing and changing. So to me, I've heard it said entrepreneurship, like there is no personal development program like entrepreneurship, except for maybe 12-step recovery, which I can speak from experience because I'm in that. But I love that. So another question, if you're thinking about, like, say somebody's watching this and like, well, I don't really know if Knownpreneurs is for me. Like, who do you think, what kind of an entrepreneur, or maybe what stage are they in, or what kind of business or whatever, do you think would be a good candidate to apply to the Knownpreneurs program?
I think you definitely have to be on the road. I don't think you should be a startup business.
Mhm.
I think you have to have your feet wet, or you have to definitely know that you are making money or
Mhm.
in the process of making money. Like, you need to be there. Like, I was already halfway through my growth when I started Knowmpreneur. So I had the
Mhm.
projections of what I
Mhm.
was doing. So that was great. And
Mhm.
then the next step for me was a business plan. So
Mhm.
when I came in, I was already working on that business plan. So I got a lot of support working on that business plan while I was working on everything else. So that was wonderful for me to get that
Mhm.
type of support.
Okay.
So I think that you really do need to have your feet already wet,
Mhm.
and there are other programs out there to help you get started if you are just coming up with a new idea. But you
Mhm.
already have to have your idea in place and already working on it and already working through the kinks and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about
I
you, Aaron?
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay.
I think knownpreneurs is the perfect opportunity for an entrepreneur to learn how to scale their business to the infinite level. You know what I mean? Like really to that next level. I think it's great. I think you should be in a place where you, like Kim said, you're already making money. Your
Mhm.
business already performing to a very respectable level. But
Mhm.
knownpreneur really brings you to a place where your business can really get to that
Mhm.
sustainable level, to it, like a extremely successful business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All aspects, marketing, finances, tax. I mean, you name it.
Mhm.
Mental, everything,
Mhm.
employees, and everything. So
Mhm.
I learned so much about just how to be a better leader. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And a better I wouldn't say boss, but just a better leader and owner of a
Mhm.
business. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Just from knownpreneurs, because there's a lot of things I wasn't looking at because I'm so ambitious that I wasn't even thinking about my teammates sometimes. And knownpreneurs put me in, it kind of put me in my place a little bit, but it was great.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay. I love it. Yeah. And I just want to just comment on what you guys both talked about. Like, so no, it's actually called Knownpreneurs Growth Lab. We don't often say the Growth Lab part, but the idea is that people that are at the growth phase. So like you said, Kim, not when you're just starting out. So typically we want people to have at least 50K in revenue by the time they apply. And we do make some exceptions to that, but you have to be someone who's gotten some traction in your business. You've proven your concept that this is a thing, and now you just need like resources in order to grow and to figure out like, how do we scale this business? So excellent point. Next question. So the KNOWNpreneurs Growth Lab was created by and for BIPOC entrepreneurs, and something like 80-ish% of the mentors and advisors are BIPOC. All of the entrepreneurs themselves are BIPOC. And I would like to hear what it was like for each of you as a BIPOC entrepreneur yourself to be in that kind of a program that was specifically created by and for BIPOC folks. What was that like?
It was probably the most beautiful thing ever. I mean, to see, I love my men of color. I love my Black men. And to see men in the positions that they are in, doing their thing, was so uplifting. And to see Aaron show up week after week, saying, we're doing this, and to see Ron Coleman show up week after week for us as our mentor, to encourage us to do this. We're gonna make this happen, and put in the extra hours. He's only supposed to give us so many hours. He went beyond that, and to see Juan in the position that he's in, to be able to give so much of himself for us as a people, to see all the beautiful women of color just stand up, and to see them grow and scale their businesses to a place that was just, oh my gosh, it's one of the most beautiful experiences I've had in a very long time.
That's awesome.
Just amazing.
Mm.
Just amazing. I don't know about you, Aaron, but
No, I agree. I agree. It's a beautiful thing to be surrounded by, your people. You know what I mean? And it's amazing and a great feeling to be surrounded by your people while doing great things, especially when it comes to business, you know what I mean? And we're all willing to, put down our schedules and put down our busy lives to learn more about business all at the same time and grow together and collaborate and all these things. This is not something that you get every day. It's not something that you witness every day. So when you get into a community like this, it kind of makes you feel a little lighter on the shoulders, and you feel more excited to even open your mouth to speak sometimes and to collaborate. So for me, I'm an introvert, you know what I mean? But Kim is the total opposite, and I love Kim. You know why? Because Kim made me feel comfortable. Like, listen, we're entrepreneurs, we're free, and we do art. We're the freest people in the world.
Yeah,
There's no one more freer than us. And Kim reassured me of that. This whole entrepreneur, it was just amazing seeing Kim, how free she was, how outspoken, how confident she was. And it reminded me that, Aaron, that's a Black woman right there, and you're a Black man, and you guys have to stand up and really be confident in what you're doing and what you're building as well.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. And I was thinking, Kim, when you said, here is Aaron showing up every week, I cannot tell you, Aaron, how much I love that you started this call. You're like, listen, sorry for my surroundings, but I'm on a business trip. Like, this is
that's right.
You're like, I have a scheduled call I have to be on, but I also need to be on the road. So how am I going to handle it? And he was literally driving when he got on the call, and I was like, "Are you going to be able to pull over?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm going too soon," and all that. But
I'm gonna make sure it happens. I'm gonna make sure I make it happen.
Right. This is just the real life of an entrepreneur. Like, you're sometimes like, I got to take the call from the car because I need to be in Philadelphia. So
absolutely.
Well,
and Barb, the other thing is that this program was given to us for free, and no one took advantage of it. Everybody showed up. Usually when you hear free, people take advantage of it, and they show up when they feel like showing up. But people showed up week after week, and that was amazing to see too.
Yeah,
really was.
Yeah. And it's, there's something to be said. So KNOWNpreneurs got its start from NHIC, which is the New Haven Innovation Collaborative, and CT Next, which is the venture capital arm of the Connecticut Department of Economic Development. And then we got funding for this particular cohort from the Community Foundation for Greater New Haven. There's some little subset of that. I can't remember the acronym for that. So the money comes from the community. And it's being funded because we want these businesses to succeed, and we're making it happen. So that being said, we're about to wrap up. Is there any last thing that either of you wanted to say that you didn't get an opportunity to say, or anything that you want to close with before we sign off?
I think what Juan is doing with his team, that's you, Latina, Donna, I think all the
Dawn.
Dawn,
Yeah.
all the people that came in to support, it's just amazing. I wish there was a next step.
Yeah. Well, we want to think about like what that could be. So if, as you guys are going along, if you have ideas of what that could be, make sure you let me know, because we would like to support you however we can. At minimum, we're going to be having, at least, well, this year probably just 2, but in the future, probably 3 times a year, knownpreneurs socials, so that at least the knownpreneurs themselves can network with each other and get to know each other and hang out and that sort of thing. So how about you, Aaron? Was there anything else you want to add?
The only thing I would say is to the young entrepreneurs is, I know school isn't for everyone, but one thing that doesn't change is education is key. You have to educate yourself, whether you go to school, whether you read, whether you go to forums or anything you do, education is key. You have to educate yourself. If you don't educate yourself, you cannot grow.
Yeah, I love it. Because you just said that, I want to mention this book I read. It's called The Education of Millionaires. It's by a guy named Michael, whatever, I can't remember his name. But he ended up interviewing all these millionaires and billionaires. And what he found was every single one of them either did not go to college or dropped out of college. But what did not happen was their education did not end. They got the education they needed. They were like, what do I need to know? I'm going to go find out about that. What do I need to know? I'm going to go find out about that. And what's interesting for him is he was talking about education, but when he wrote the book and published it, everybody was like, wait. How did you get connected to all these millionaires and billionaires? And so he went in the direction of teaching people how to network with people like that. But, like you said, it's your education continues, whether it's formally in the school system or not. Like with the internet nowadays, like you can take free courses at Yale, from Yale. You're not going to get a syllabus. I mean, you're not going to get it on your transcript that says that you did it, but you got the knowledge, and that's what really matters. All right, well, I want to thank both of you again for joining me. This has been an absolute delight. I love what both of you are doing. I'm so excited to support these businesses, and I can't wait until Wabi Gallery opens and we get to have the opening night, and it's going to be on Court Street, right?
Yes, 126 Court Street.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm actually going to take you guys off the air while I close out the show, but I want to thank you again for joining me, Aaron and Kim.
Aaron, thank you so much. See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining me on the Connection Corner. Thank you to Aaron and Kim. Don't forget to leave comments, even if you're watching after the recording. And for the first time ever, I have 2 episodes in one day. So I'm going to be back at 5:30 today with Savitra Jones. She is one of our other knownpreneurs from this cohort. And we'll be talking about her business, which is called Thrive Haven. All right. Take care, everybody. See you soon.